So welcome back everybody. Our topic is still specifications, and in today's short session we are going to learn how to describe buildings or bridges more specifically, and we are also going to learn about adjectives and nouns. For example, high, height, wide, width, and so on. Let's get started with the first task. I'm just wondering if anybody knows anything about this particular bridge. 3, 2, 1. Hopefully some of you knew it. When we want to ask questions about a bridge or any building, we can use these questions and we can answer these questions. So for example, what is it called? Where is it? Or what is the location? How high is it? Or how long is it? Now, when we ask how high is it, another way of asking that is what is the height? Or when we ask how long is it, we can ask what is the length of the bridge. And this will be today's topic. But before we get into that, let's just have a very quick look at, let's just have a very quick look at some words related to bridges. At the bottom of your screen, you have got cable, deck, pier, span, and pylon. These are parts of a bridge, and we are going to have a look at what these words exactly mean one by one. So here on the next slide, what we have to do is match the words with the correct parts of the bridge. Number 1 right here is the cable. Number 2, again, I forgot to tell you, if you want, you can take a screenshot and answer the questions for yourselves and then check the answers. So we are jumping now straight into checking the answers. So number 1 was cable, number 2, pylon, number 3, pier, number 4 is the span, and number 5 is the deck of the bridge. Okay, so once again, that's cable, pylon, pier, span, and deck. One more task for us quickly. We are going to have to match the words with the definitions. On the left side of your screen, you see the words themselves, cable, deck, pier, span, and pylon. And on the right, you will see the definitions. The first one has been done for you as an example. So here we've got a part of the bridge the cars drive on, and that's the deck. You've got 4 more definitions there. The distance from one end of the bridge to the other, a tall tower that holds heavy wires, a thick, strong metal rope, a tall, strong column which holds the bridge up. Again, 5 seconds. You can take a screenshot and you can match the words with the definitions. And then let's check your answers. So, cable. A cable is a thick, strong metal rope. Pier is the next one. That's a tall, strong column which holds a bridge up. Span will be the distance from one end of the bridge to the other. Now, sometimes a span is also called the distance between the 2 pylons. So can be the distance between 2 pylons or the entire length of the bridge. Okay, and surprise, surprise, pylon is a tall tower that holds heavy wires. There we go. Okay, now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the class, mostly we are going to focus on adjectives and nouns and how to use adjectives and nouns to describe buildings. Hopefully you remember that adjectives are describing words. So adjectives are words that are used to describe things. On the left side of your screen you will see a couple of examples as well. So high, deep, strong, wide, etc. Moving on to the right side of your screen, you will see a description of nouns. So a noun refers to a thing, a person, or a quality, an idea, etc. Examples are height, depth, strength, width, etc. An adjective describes something, and a noun is something. That's about as simple as I can put it. But let's have a look at a couple of examples right here. So, in the next couple of slides, you will see one sentence at the bottom of your screens, and the word that we are focusing on is highlighted in red. So here we've got the first one, this lake is very deep. Is deep an adjective or a noun? We can ask ourselves the question, what is the lake like? And we will say it is deep. If the question is what is it like, then we are talking about an adjective. Okay, so deep is an adjective. Next up, we've got the river is 230 kilometers long. Okay, long, is it an adjective or a noun? 3, 2, 1. Long will be an adjective. How long is the river? Okay, how long? Adjective. On the other hand, when we say the height of the bridge is 63 meters, okay, the height, what are we talking about? Or the question would be, what is the height of the bridge? So height will be, hopefully you guessed it right, a noun. All right, next up, the width of the deck is 32 meters. The width, so again, if it starts with the, okay, width, the width, width is a noun right here. There we go. All right, on this next slide right here, we have got a table with adjectives and nouns, and the task is to fill in the missing words. Again, I can give you about 3 seconds. If you want, take a screenshot, fill in the missing words. All right, and now let's check your answers. So adjective on the left in the first line is high, and the noun will be, of course, height. Long is the next adjective. The noun is length. The noun is given in the next line, which is depth. The adjective will be deep. Wide is the adjective, and width is the noun. At the bottom of the page, I put a couple of examples as to how you can most commonly come across these adjectives or nouns. You've got a couple of examples there, 200 meters, and then you can use any of the adjectives. 200 meters long, 200 meters wide, 200 meters deep, and so on and so on. Asking questions with adjectives, you will use the question word how high, how long, how deep, or how wide something is. As for nouns, the questions will be what is the height, what is the length, what is the depth, or what is the width of the road, for example. Also, another example is it has a. So it has a height of, it has a length of, it has a depth of, or it has a width of, I don't know, 500 meters, for example. Okay, there we go. And a couple of examples here. We've got 8 sentences on the next slide, and the task is to choose the correct words. 3 seconds as always. Take a screenshot if you wish. Choose the correct words, just circle them, and we can check. Right, so the first sentence reads, the something something of the road is 6 meters. Okay, remember it starts with the, so we will say the width of the road is 6 meters. Next up, we've got the river is 230 kilometers long or length. Hopefully most of you guessed long. The river is 230 kilometers long. Next, the sea has a something of 330 meters. Okay, here we will need to use a noun, and the noun here is depth. The sea has a depth of 330 meters. These pylons are over 80 meters high. How high? They are 80 meters high. We had to use the adjective. Number 5. These oil wells are more than 700 meters, and then deep or depth, 700 meters deep. The total something of the road is about 120 kilometers. Okay, so here we are talking about the total something of the road. Of course, we will need the noun here. The total length of the road is about 120 kilometers. Number 7, the tunnel is 15 meters wide or 15 meters width. The only option here is the tunnel is 15 meters wide. If you wanted to use width, we could say the tunnel has a width of 15 meters. Okay, but 15 meters wide is the correct answer here. Last, the height of the bridge is 130 meters. Once again, this sentence starts with the. We are going to use the noun here and say the height of the bridge is 130 meters. Hopefully you guessed most of them or all of them right, and hopefully it wasn't even guessing, because you know the system, you know the answers already. So that was basically our short lesson for today. As always, as usually, I've got a quick quiz for you. So anytime you want to practice a little bit on your own, feel free to search for this quiz. It's on quizzes.com. If you search for specifications, adjectives and nouns, you will find it fairly easily. And it's a 15-question quiz. Practice with flashcards, set up a challenge your friends. Feel free to practice with this quiz, okay? The quiz follows the same structure as the task that we have just completed. You will have a sentence with a word missing, and you will have to choose between the adjective or the noun that is related to what is described here. All right, and that was about it for today. Take care, everyone, and have a nice day, and I'll see you next time.